Hey guys, so I'm making this video to talk about why I prefer having, this is my Leatherman Super Tool 300, why I prefer having an actual Phillips as opposed to, their flat bit, their 2D bit holder. Tell you guys why I think these are superior to bit drivers, and feel free to disagree with me. Like, share, subscribe. I'm open to change. I'm open to changing my mind. If you guys want to throw me some pros of why a bit holder is better EDC carry. This is my GOAT multi-tool, and it originally came with this Phillips on a bit holder, and it came with double-ended, a big normal Phillips and like the smaller one. I don't know, I forgot what they're called, number 2 and whatever this one is. I didn't want a bit driver. I wanted a Phillips screwdriver. So what I ended up doing is I ended up doing this. I got this Phillips screwdriver from a Leatherman rebar. I got it off eBay, and I modified it to make it fit on my GOAT multi-tool, so I could get rid of the bit driver. Let me go ahead and open this up. So the Leatherman rebar implements, they look like I think this might be from a Wave, but this is basically what Leatherman, these kind of implements look like. This is what holds them, just a circle in the middle, and that this little thing is this little notch is for locking it out. So this is what the GOAT multi-tool implements look like. So in order to make the Leatherman rebar one fit, first I measured the hole, the circle. From what I remember, I think it measured like 5 millimeters. So I drilled out the hole to make it big enough on the rebar implement. I drilled out a 5 millimeter hole. Luckily I had like a 5 millimeter drill bit, and I say I had because, as you can see, I don't have a drill press, so I snapped it. And then it has this notch, this opening right here, and I measured that, and I think it was like 4.8 millimeters. So it's a little bit narrow, just a slightly bit narrower than the circle. So on the Leatherman rebar, I grinded it out, and I grinded it out a little bit, measured it, grinded it out a little bit more, just to try to get it right. Now it fits perfectly on my GOAT multi-tool, because I couldn't use the one from the Super Tool 300 because it's too long. I got the one from the rebar, and it fits. This is where the plier head spring is. It has to fit below that, and it fits right below it perfectly. So I'm really happy about that. If you guys saw my last video, I also did it with a Super Tool 300 flathead, but on this one, this was my learning one, and I took off a little bit too much metal on that little, not the circle, the notch, and now it has too much play. So I might look for another one. We'll see. I mean, I could live with it. It works fine, but I would want a black oxide one to match. But let me tell you why I don't think bit drivers are all that great on multi-tools. Argument number 1, I guess, would be clearance. This is gonna get, because I mean, and I know this from experience. You guys know, your kid brings you a toy. Dad, this needs batteries. The little screws are always inset. Anytime you have to take something apart, the screws, they're always down there. This is not getting anywhere near there. This one is so much thinner. It has so much more clearance. Number 2, 99% of the time, what you're gonna need is a Phillips. I'm sure 99% of the screws out there are Phillips screwdrivers, so are Phillips screws. So 99% of the time, you're gonna need a Phillips. So that means that you're doing the bit kit for the other 0.5% of the time. I'm talking generally. Obviously, if you're in a specialized field, if you're like, say you're IT, then you probably need like one of the precision screwdrivers, you know what I mean? So I'm talking more generally. I'm not talking about you specifically. Generally, everybody needs a Phillips, not a Torx. No, very few people need a Torx screwdriver. This is my Go. It has a pocket clip on it. It goes in my left pocket, and it just stays there forever. My super tool, I used to. It doesn't come with a pocket clip, and also it's just really heavy. So I used to carry this in a sheath on my hip. And if you want to add a bit driver and a bit kit to any multi-tool, it's kind of pointless to just carry this in your multi-tool, right? Because if you're only going to carry this, then I'm better off with the screwdriver. So the whole reason to have this is to have a bit kit. But if you have a bit kit, now you just added a bunch of bulk. If you're going to put it in a sheath, you just added bulk to the sheath, and now you have to carry it in a sheath. I'm not going to carry this in my left pocket and then have to carry an extra bulk of bit kits of a bunch of bits in either my pocket. Like that doesn't even sound fun, having a whole bit kit in your pocket. It would have to go in a sheath or like an EDC pouch or like a backpack or whatever. And at that point, for me, it's too much. Like, I'm not gonna carry a backpack just to carry a bit kit. I'm not gonna carry an EDC pouch. Like, this is me right now. This is what I carry every day. Everything that I carry every day is in my pockets. I don't have any extra. I don't have like a little pouch that I have to put down here and, oh, I gotta go. Okay, let me grab my pouch. So for me, it's just too much. It's not, I like to keep things as minimal. I'm not a minimalist or anything like that, but I like to keep it as minimal as possible so that I actually carry it. Because what good is having 1,000 bits in a bit kit if you leave it at home or if you leave it in your car because you don't want to carry around a pouch. This Goat multi-tool has like an anvil end that you can use to hammer things in. And this is the same with a lot of bit kits. If you do any kind of like banging, there's a chance that this comes off, or it rattles, or it does something like that. So I prefer to having it like this. Now if I do bang on something, there's nothing that could fall off. This is the Leatherman 2D bit kit holder. This is like an extension that because originally when I was going to carry this with the bit driver, I wasn't going to pay exorbitant amount of money to get the Leatherman bit kit, the 2D one. So I got the adapter that would accept normal bits, and I was going to carry just normal bits, but I decided against it. But this is the 2D, and what a 2D bit driver is, I mean, I think it's subpar, but maybe I'm just crazy. But look at this, is a flathead. Now imagine if I grind this part and this part and make it like a little triangle shape, and then I tell you it's not a grind down flathead. It's a 2D Phillips screwdriver that costs so much more money than what this would cost. It just doesn't make sense to me. And if it was, there's a reason why screwdrivers look like this, especially Phillips screwdrivers. There's a reason why they look like this. There's a reason why these are not flat. And I'm guessing, some of it is the clearance, some of it is how much further away it is from the handle. Because these obviously these screwdrivers, they're not, the screwdriver Phillips part is not down here in the freaking tip, and it's not flat. So the further away you get from that, I think the less it competes with it, you know what I mean? So if you have a flathead Phillips screwdriver, let me know. I think I would either strip it out or strip screws out. But change my mind in the comments or whatever. But I think it's just marketing. I think it's just to move units, and they are doing, you know what I mean? Because those bit kits, they sell out, and then resellers price gouge them and try to sell them. So I'm not knocking that, but you're not gonna tell me that a 2D Phillips screwdriver is gonna have the same capability as an actual. I'm not gonna call this a 3D Phillips screwdriver. This is just a screwdriver. 2D is just marketing to get you to buy flat. And I mean, there's again, I don't have any experience with it, so I can't talk too much about it. And you guys can let me know if you guys find it easier to strip out screws with the 2D ones. But just my intuition tells me that, yeah, you're gonna strip out. You're more likely to strip out a screw or an Allen head if it. I mean, Allen heads, you know, they strip out easily, even when you have the correct size, and it grabs on tightly. You know what I mean? Even then, like, for some reason, they're so easy to strip. And now you gotta tell me that it's gotta be a flat one, and it's only gonna catch a portion of the where it's supposed to catch, and not strip it. Okay, cool. I doubt it. But yeah, so that's what I did, guys, and that was my thinking behind it. I don't want to carry a bit. I don't want to carry a bit kit, so there's no point in having a bit holder. Right? Makes sense. So I got the 3D Phillips, and I got the flathead, and I feel like with these, way more. The experience I'm gonna have with this tool is gonna be a lot better. And I guess my final one, I guess we'll say, this being the Leatherman square shaft Phillips screwdriver. They actually do have an adapter for this. They have an adapter that fits over this square shank, and it holds bits. And I think it holds regular bits. It doesn't hold the proprietary bits. So if I did want to change my mind, I could just buy that bit kit. It comes with the extender, and it comes with a couple bits, and I could carry that or leave that in my car, or, you know, on times when I think I'm gonna need it, you know, I could carry it on my pocket or whatever. I don't want to carry it. I wouldn't want to carry it all day every day like I do right now, but it basically gives me a bit kit when I need it, but a real Phillips screwdriver when I don't need it. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Let me know, change my mind, like, share, subscribe. This is still a work in progress. I got a couple. I'll just tell you guys. I ordered the I ordered the pry bar from a Super Tool 300M, and I'm gonna try to get it on here just because I've wanted that pry bar for a while now, and I found somebody selling it on eBay. Because before I used to look for it, and it was like either really expensive or it wasn't in stock or whatever. I found somebody selling it on eBay, but it won't be here for like a month. I guess it's coming from Ukraine. I saw like the shipping. It says like, okay, it's leaving Kiev. You know what I mean? Like, it's leaving this other spot that I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. Like Novorossiysk or something like that. Yeah, but that should be here like in July almost. So I'm gonna see what I could do to fit that, because right now, and I also have the S35 VN blade coming in to replace this one. So I'm gonna try that out, see how it works, see how I like it, and we'll take it from there, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Those are just my thoughts on EDC. I try to keep it simple, you know, so if I put this in my pocket and this is all I carry, I mean, I guess later we could talk about maybe like how I got to this point, because I did used to carry this in the sheath, and I love pocket knives. I love them. I love having pocket knives. I love Swiss Army knives. I love stuff like that. But carrying this and carrying a pocket knife just kind of seems redundant to me, because it just has a knife on it. So it just kind of seems like, what's the point now? Now this is in my left pocket. Now I got something in my right pocket, and that would be fine. But I have to carry other things. Like, I would rather carry a flashlight than another knife. And if I try to put this and the knife next to it, it becomes too much when I'm trying to reach in to grab my phone. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.